Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. This video is solely going to be dedicated to a very easy, simple makeup look for your everyday girl. If you have a 9-to-5 job, you need to run somewhere real quick and you want to put on a quick light beat, this is the video for you. So if you want to see how we get this look, stay tuned. Now, as you can see, we started off with some foundation. I'm not going to get too much into the products. We'll save that for a later video. But for a very simple, easy look, stay away from the brushes. You want to dive right into maybe like a beauty sponge. So this particular beauty sponge I'm using is by Real Techniques. It's a complexion sponge. They have a flat side of the sponge that I like to use for applying my foundation. Now, one thing you are going to see throughout this entire video is the art of blending. Okay, I don't care what product you use. It really doesn't matter what foundation you use, whether it's $5 or $50. The most important part of any makeup, whether it's basic, whether it's full glam, is you want to blend. So you will see a lot of this video with me blending. So for the better part, I kind of sped this up a little bit, but I am blending out my foundation. You want to make sure you blend that. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Blending is your friend, okay? Get into it. Another really important part in blending out your foundation is you want to make sure that you get all of the parts. So as you can see, I'm blending down to my neck. I'm going in between my eyebrows, running underneath my under eye, making sure that all of anything is blended out. So any crease, we want to blend that out. Right after I have spent at least 30 minutes blending out my foundation, I'm going to lightly spray my face with a setting spray. I'm going to let that dry down for a little bit, and then I will go on to apply my concealer. Just a little quick dance break. I was listening to some Drake while I was doing this. I like to listen to me some Drake every morning. But I applied my concealer underneath my under eye, on my forehead, all across my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. I don't want to let this blend out too much, or I don't want to let this dry down rather too much, because with this particular concealer, you can't let it sit on your face, okay? As soon as you put it on, you got to blend it out. So once again, I'm taking that same beauty sponge and I am blending out my under eye, making sure any sort of creases are all blended out across my under eye, a little bit on my eye. This is strictly simple, basic, everyday. We're not doing eyeshadow. So we want to make sure that everything is uniform. You want to make sure that your base is set. Y'all see I'm still blending, right? Right. All right, so now we're going to take our concealer, and I'm taking a really light concealer. You do not have to go this light, but this is going to be the start of contouring our nose. I'm taking another concealer, a lighter concealer, lighter than the concealer that we just applied, and we're putting that in the inner corners, down the bridge of our nose, just to kind of give us that extra little brightness in the center of the face. So now that we have applied our second concealer, once again, we're going to blend this out. Blend for your life. Blend this to the gods. But again, we want to make sure that we keep that extra brightness. So don't blend it all the way out, but you want to blend it out nice enough to where it's seamless. All right, so we're going to drag that lighter concealer out, as you can see, kind of lifting up our face just to give it some definition. You want to, kind of give yourself a little mini facelift. So that's why I applied a little bit of that concealer to my outer eye over there, and just to kind of give your lace a little zhuzh, a little lift. Now for one of my favorite parts of applying makeup is applying your cream contour. Oh yes. If you had a little too much wine, maybe one cookie too many, you want to make sure you apply some contour to slim out your face. You see, when you apply your foundation and then you apply your concealer, everything is pretty much going to be even. You want to add depth to your face, right? Depth, not depth, but depth to your face. So you want to apply your contour in your cheeks, on your forehead. And for me, it's my forehead, your chin, your jawbone, and for your nose contour, you're going to apply it right in the inner corner of your eye. So right when you have pretty much laid down all of your cream contour, once again, we're going to go in with that blending. I like to use a brush. Okay, the brush I feel kind of gives you a little bit more control, but you can certainly, as you can see right here, I'm using my beauty blender and I'm just kind of going over all of the parts. So just make sure you blend everything out so you look nice and seamless. Once again, you don't want to have any harsh lines. So if you have to go back and forth between the brush and the sponge, go ahead, take your time, be patient. When it comes to blending out your contour on your jaw, the best advice that I can give you is to blend down, okay? You don't want to get it everywhere because you don't want to look all muddy, but you want to blend down. That shadow is blending down. Remember, with your contour, with your concealer, you're playing around with the shadows. So you want to make sure that you're blending down to make your jawline look slimmer. As you can see here with this part, I'm taking a clean brush and I'm blending it out only because I felt like I applied a little too much of that cream contour and I want to make sure that I don't look too harsh. I'll take a little smaller brush and I'll go in between my eyes, do my nose contour, and you want to drag that up to your eyebrow. Again, you're creating dimension in your face. I'm not the best at nose contouring, but this works for me. All right, so now we're going to pick up our beauty sponge once again, and we're going to go over the very lightest part of the concealer that we applied to the bridge of our nose and blend that out really good. As you can see, this is the last step, y'all, before we set our face. You want to make sure that you go over the blend of your concealer underneath your eye, over your eye, your forehead, your chin, anywhere that you apply concealer. You want to make sure that you go over those parts because once you set your concealer, baby, that's it. Okay, that's it. So I am taking my Maybelline setting powder and I am pretty much just setting all of the places that I applied that concealer. You want to make sure that you don't choose a powder that's too light. You want to choose something that is close to your skin tone, but maybe just a little bit brighter. Again, because you want to add some sort of dimension to our face. That inner part of your face should be bright. And the places that you apply the contour, you want it to be just a little bit deep. Okay, y'all, so now I'm taking another setting powder, a little bit more closer to my actual skin tone, and I'm applying that to any place that I did not conceal or place contour. You want to use a big fluffy brush when you do this. You can't mess this part up. And this also gives you the opportunity to kind of blend things out a little bit more if you look a little bit harsh. And sometimes I have a heavy hand. I have a tendency of doing that. So just use your big fluffy brush, blend everything out more, and so you can look nice and seamless. So we're gonna jump into this Juvias Place. Y'all, Juvias Place is that girl, okay? I mean, you're talking about pigmented products, everything, all of everything that they have, from their eyeshadow to their face products. I finally got my hands on this bronzer. I'm using the Juvias Place Bronze in Dark. As you can see, I'm taking that top shadow and I'm going over the contoured areas, or all of the areas that I contoured. And just very lightly, once again, if you feel like you did too much, go back right in with your big fluffy brush and blend it all out. I do want to mention that the brush that I'm using to apply this bronzer is an angled contour brush, or it's an angled bronze brush. It's not dense, it's very fluffy. You don't want to choose a brush that's going to be too dense, because you don't want that bronze area through your contoured areas to look too harsh. So get something that's nice and fluffy. Kind of tap over those areas. Don't go in too hard now, okay? Just lightly tap. But if you feel like you've done too much, once again, you go right back in with your big brush and you just blend it all out. All right, y'all, so now I'm taking that same bronzer that I used to bronze my face or my cheek contour, and I'm taking another brush and I'm going over the areas on my nose, on the sides of my nose, as a part of my nose contour. You don't have to use a brush that big. Literally, you really don't. You can use a very small eyeshadow brush. That would suffice. I'm just so used to using this brush. It's actually harder if you use a bigger brush, because it can get everywhere and you will find yourself having to reapply some things. So once you do that, you want to take a translucent powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder in Honey. I'm be honest, I don't really like this powder. The only time that I use it is for the highlight on the bridge of my nose. I know, unpopular opinion, but I'm going to use that Juvias Place. I'm going right back in with that bronze palette, and I'm just taking a very big fluffy eyeshadow brush and I'm going over my crease. Y'all, that's it. We're not doing anything extravagant. We just want to add a little depth to our eye, and we're going to do this on both eyes, blend that out real good, and we're almost done. All right, so now I did forget this part. We're going to add a little of that same bronzer that we applied to our crease on our eye underneath our eye. I kind of been doing this lately. At first, I haven't been doing a whole lot of this, but I kind of like the look of, you know, just a little zhuzh, just a little something to my under eye. I feel like it kind of pulls the look all together. I like it. Just do this on both eyes. Again, you don't want to go in too heavy. Just do something slight and we'll be good to go. Take a moment. Look at yourself in admiration of all that blending and hard work that you did. So now we're going to take another translucent powder. I know if you have dry skin, do not go in with all of these powders, but I have oily skin. So I like to go in with a translucent powder. Again, this is another drugstore find. I'm going to do a video of all of my favorite drugstore products, but that Airspun drugstore setting powder that you get in Walmart, baby, get into her. Okay, I apply this to the very inner corner of my face to set, just to add or give me that extra brightness, that extra oomph. You want to go over that again with the brush that we use to bronze our eye, just to kind of go over the parts and make it all blend together. Once you do that, some setting spray, some matte setting spray. You want to apply your, what is that, mascara? Yes, you want to apply your mascara to both eyes just to prepare and get your eyes ready for a good lash. All right, so while my lashes are drying, I'm going to apply some eyeliner. This is in the color Nude. I like this color because it opens my eye. It makes my eye appear a little bit bigger. So I'm coming back, almost ready to go. Pop on some lashes real quick. I have a beauty mark on my nose. I have a mole on my nose, and I used to hate my mole, but you know, she came back. I've learned to appreciate her. All right, so now we're on to the lips. I'm just going to take a dark brown lip liner, apply this to the outer parts of my lips, try to define my cupid's bow. I don't really go in a hook. I don't really do too much on this part, but once I apply the lip liner, I'm just going to apply some lip gloss, and that's it. Y'all, that's it. We did it. We're done. It's simple, okay? Maybe not. Well, no, it's simple. We didn't use a whole lot of products, but take some time to kind of look at yourself in admiration. We did all of this, and look how good we look. Look how seamlessly we look. Love that for us. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because I got some more coming for y'all. So until we meet again, I will see y'all the next time. Bye.